I'm back. Yeah, it's been a while. I'm sorry about that. But we're working on something behind the scenes. Got something new planned for the channel, and we are very excited to debut it soon-ish. Can't say much more than that, but just know that something is on the way. Hey, in the meantime, let's talk some USL Championship. It's time for another badge ranking video. And as a reminder, I am not a graphic designer, although I will pretend to be one for this video. My opinions are probably trash, so try not to get too offended. Now, because Monterey Bay and Queensborough, even though they haven't played yet, they have released their badges, so I will be including them on this list. Des Moines, Buffalo, and Rhode Island, they have not released their badges, so I will not be including them on this list. Alright, a lot of teams to cover, so let's not waste any more time. Let's do it. 33 through 30. All of the MLS 2 badges. Look, if you want my opinion on the MLS badges, there's already a video for that. For now, I'm not going to waste my time debating on who did the best job stylizing the number 2 on their badge. Okay, if you don't know my opinion on MLS 2 teams in USL, just know that I think the branding is lazy. I think it delegitimizes USL as a league, and I can't wait until all of those teams are out of USL Championship. Hopefully sooner rather than later. 29, San Diego Loyal. Okay, I do think the colors are appropriate for San Diego. I mean, I do get nice sunset on the beach vibes with this. I'll give them that much. Everything else, I hate. Okay, way too many different shades of orange and way too many different shades of teal. And yeah, okay, I read the description. Each bar of orange is supposed to represent a different generic buzzword that can be used to describe any soccer team in the country. It doesn't impress me, okay? And I don't know what you call it, that fading bar look. For whatever reason, it's just like a trigger for me. Like, I hate that. It's not as egregiously bad as like a gradient fade, but it's pretty damn close. The coolest part about this badge is that SD Sun. I mean, that should be the badge on its own. I mean, it's simple, it's classy, and it's unique. If that was the badge and they just went with the orange and teal and white, I'd absolutely love it. But on this badge, it's like relegated to this tiny feature in the top half, and it's hardly noticeable. I mean, it's truly a gold bar surrounded by crap. 28, San Antonio FC. Yeah, it's got that same fading color band look that San Diego has. And I'm sure some people love it, but like I said, it just doesn't work for me. And you know, the spur is cool, and it makes sense given the affiliation with the San Antonio Spurs NBA team, but like, center it, damn it, enlarge it. Make it the main focus for this badge. Instead, it's just kind of peeking out of the corner. It's not big enough for me. It's not a prominent enough feature on the badge for me. 27, Rio Grande Valley Tauros. I mean, I like the horns coming out of the badge. That's easily the coolest part about that. But other than that, this is like insultingly forgettable. I mean, your name is the Tauros. That's pretty damn cool. But the best you can come up with is just featuring the name of the badge? No, look at Taro of Panama. Make it something similar to that. Call it a day. Instantly better than this crap. 26, Colorado Switchbacks. They changed up the color scheme a couple years ago, and I gotta say, I kind of like it. This black and light blue is pretty sharp. Also, the shape of the badge is really unique. It's really tall. It's something that I've never really seen before, and I also kind of like it. But what is going on with that gray inside the badge? That shade of gray is way too dark. It does not stand out at all from the black background, and it's hardly visible. It's a shame because this is a case of one feature on the badge just ruining everything. Because this could be really good. But that gray on black, no. It just doesn't work. 25. Miami FC. Okay. You ever look at something and you don't know why you don't like it? You just know you don't like it, like it just doesn't sit well with you? For me, that's Miami FC. In my original notes, I said the badge looked cartoony, but I don't even think that's the right way to describe it. Like, I don't know, it's just something about the curvature of the lines. God, I probably sound like an idiot because I am doing a horrible job explaining why I don't like this. And that soccer ball globe map of the Americas, it's just kind of a weak symbol for me. Like, there's nothing about this badge that gets me excited. I might get some boost for this one because I think a lot of people like this one. But 24. Pittsburgh Riverhounds. This is just a classic case of way too much going on. Like, I feel like whoever was designing the badge had input from like a million different people, and he felt like he needed to please everyone, so he included everyone's idea, when in reality, he probably should have just listened to like one or two people. Like, okay, look at the circle. It's got checkerboard pattern and bridge pattern. Just pick one. Make the whole circle that bridge pattern. I think that looks really cool. And then instead of having a shield coming out of water, get rid of the water, get rid of the soccer ball, just make the shield have a paw print on it. Boom. Simplifies the badge, and I think it looks a lot better. 23. Hartford Athletic. Yes, it's very clean. I'll give you that much. Congratulations, Hartford. But all that empty white space, it's just kind of boring. It just kind of feels like something is missing with this badge. And then what's up with the red star? It's like they realized that something was missing and they were like, well, I'll just throw a star in there and call it a day. And it's like, no. I mean, like, I appreciate the effort for trying to cover up some of that blank, empty void of a white space, but the red star, it just doesn't really fit. 22. Austin Gold. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, it's nothing to, like, call my mom over or anything. Mom! Did you see the Austin? Yeah! It's a bee! Inside a circle! I mean, I like the colors, and the retro look of the bee is cool. I'll give them that, but other than that, I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's okay. 21. Orange County SC. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's okay. Wait. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like Austin. I'm just really indifferent to this badge. It's even kind of forgettable. I mean, I like the colors. I like the shape. And that's really the only reason why I put it one spot ahead of Austin. But nothing grabs my eye with this badge. I just sort of see the whole badge, and I don't focus on that one really strong element that I see in other badges. 20. Memphis 901. It's loud. Very, very loud. A lot going on. And you know what? I kind of dig it. Kind of, though, okay? I only kind of dig it. Because, yeah, this badge is awesome. As long as it's not for the team that I'm supporting. A lot going on. There's a ton of lines. It looks like bar lights. And it's a really cool, unique design. If I just had one critique for it, I would just say it's a little too extreme, a little too loud. Like, just dial it back slightly. 19. Las Vegas lights. I mean, it's just a cleaner version of that last badge. It still looks like bar lights, there's just not nearly as much stuff going on. Okay, it might only be number 19 on the list, but I do think it's awesome. It's totally unique to the rest of the world, and I hope they never rebrand. 18. Oklahoma City Energy. Okay, part of me is mad at myself for putting Oklahoma City this low on the list. Because if you think about it, their name is the Energy. I mean, how are you supposed to convey a name like the Energy onto a soccer badge? That's what they came up with. And frankly, I don't think they did a bad job. I mean, I like how the stripes sort of lead into the OKC star. It's very visually appealing. I think my only critique is that, again, there's kind of a lot of white space going on in this badge. I mean, it's certainly not as guilty as Hartford Athletic, but I think they could have maybe colored in the circle or maybe the star itself, and it would have given this badge just a little bit more flavor. 17. Oakland Roots. I know a lot of people loved this badge when it originally came out, and I did not. Everyone talked about those rainbow roots, and I'm sorry, but I'm not a rainbow guy. I think it just would have looked a lot better if it was all in black and white. Hey, just another reminder, I'm not a graphic designer, and my opinions are probably wrong. Thanks. 16. Tacoma Defiance. You see, isn't this way better than just calling yourselves 2 or B? No, this badge is badass. I mean, the Kraken, the ship, it's awesome. My only complaint, can't believe I'm saying this for the 3rd time this video, it's all that empty white space. I don't know, man, I've just never seen the sky look white before. I just think this would have looked a lot better with like a night sky look, if it was navy blue with some stars in the background. But instead, with the white, again, it just looks like something is missing. 15. Monterey Bay FC? Okay, what the hell is this team's actual name? Is it Monterey Bay FC or is it Monterey Bay Union FC? Because, like, the team website, the Wikipedia, everyone else just calls them Monterey Bay FC. But, like, the badge reveal video and the badge itself has the word Union on it. So, like, what are we calling them? Whatever. Confusing name aside, I actually like this. I mean, the union of land and sea, cool concept, I can totally get behind it. This badge is extremely simple, and yet that's all it needs. It doesn't have any bells and whistles, no clip art soccer balls. It's just a simple design on a badge. And yet it still looks unique to the rest of the league. So I am all for it. Monterey Bay FC or Monterey Bay Union, you done good. 14. El Paso Locomotive. Confession, originally I had this badge ranked lower until I found out why the badge was shaped this way. It's actually shaped and modeled after mission-style buildings in Texas. So yeah, it doesn't seem so random anymore. It kind of works now, doesn't it? Plus you got the front of the train and the bottom of the badge. That's a cool feature too. You know, the more and more I look at this badge, the more and more I like it. 13. Real Monarchs. Real Monarchs are the USL affiliate to Real Salt Lake, and honestly, this is way better than the RSL badge. Seriously, Real Salt Lake should just steal this design for their MLS team. I mean, the colors just work so much better here than the Real Salt Lake badge. There's none of that red lettering on blue background. This is much more legible and just much more pleasing to the eye. I would say if I got one critique on this badge, It's probably the giant Real across the top. I don't know, that font and just the word Real on the badge does seem a little outdated. I'd probably omit that, but other than that, damn good badge. 12. Louisville City. I don't really know why they ditched the gold in the overall color scheme. I mean, not that purple and white doesn't look nice, it does, but that gold, it just gave it a nice little pop. I don't know, maybe they wanted to differentiate themselves from Orlando City. I mean, it's a similar name, similar color scheme, but I have no evidence to back that claim up at all. But this overall design, it works for me. I mean, the fleur-de-lis, it's very classic, very timeless, and you know, I never liked that first badge with the city skyline, and their first rebrand attempt was, oh, thank God they ditched that. I think they nailed it on this one. It's very simple, and very classic. I dig it. 11. New Mexico United. Isn't it amazing that there aren't more teams that utilize just two colors? Like, think about it. Every badge, it seems like it always has 3 or 4 or 5, or in the case of San Diego Loyal, 9 different colors. But yeah, this yellow and black look is absolutely gorgeous. And, you know, I love a good abstract design when it's done right. And this is absolutely done right. If you don't know those 4 lines, they represent the symbol that you find on the New Mexico state flag. And yes, I did have to look that up. Still doesn't take away the fact that this design is awesome. Top 10, here we go. Number 10, Charlotte Independence. I mean, aside from the name Independence, I don't really like the name too much. This is so much better than Charlotte FC. I mean, the shape, the colors, the crown, the Paul Revere silhouette, it just works so well together. I do think that 1775 is a little unnecessary, but this isn't like Pittsburgh where it's way too much over the top. I would probably get rid of that 1775, but even when you keep it in there, still pretty good. 9. FC Tulsa. Okay. First of all, I think rebranding from the Tulsa Roughnecks was absolutely ridiculous. I think that was a great name with history to the NASL, just with a really mediocre badge. So, I hate the fact that they got rid of the Roughnecks name. But with that being said, I actually really like this look. Now, someone did say it looks like a logo for a church, and yeah, I can't really deny that. But even still, I think it looks really nice. I mean, white and gold, it's very regal. It's always gonna look good to me. I think this badge absolutely works. Like I said, I just wish they didn't get rid of the Roughnecks name. Like, I wish this just belonged to any other city but Tulsa. 8. Loudoun United. Yep. This badge is badass. And like Real Monarchs to RSL, I think this badge is better than the team it's affiliated for in MLS, DC United. Absolutely love how they pay homage to Loudoun County with the coat of arms seen on the city flag, and they put that on the background of this badge. And also, I like how they didn't just rip an eagle from the DC United badge, they used a different animal, they used a horse. That's nice. It's not just a direct DC United 2, it's almost like it's its own professional club. And I think that's what all MLS to USL affiliates should strive for. 7. Queensborough Fc. Yeah, admittedly, I'm kind of over teams using a letter as their main symbolism for the badge. Like, it's kind of been done at this point. However, I'm willing to give Queensborough FC a pass because 1, it's Q, that's pretty cool. 2, it's pink, that's really cool, and looks like they're not going to be afraid to use it like a certain team in MLS. And also, it's not just a pink Q. They also have that nice little crown on top, which is a nice little touch. And yeah, I know, I've also said I'm sick of teams using crowns in their badge, but come on. It's Queensborough. I think I'm allowed to give them a pass on that as well. 6. Phoenix Rising. Perfectly shaped shield. I mean, that shape of shield is probably my favorite in all of soccer crests. And the imagery of a soccer ball turning into a fireball / Phoenix, absolutely phenomenal. That's really all I gotta say about Phoenix Rising. I mean, yeah, with these last couple, I have almost no negatives to say. And with Phoenix, that's also the case. The only reason why it's at number 6 is because the top 5 are absolutely top-notch. 5. Tampa Bay Rowdies. Holy shit. This is incredible! Look, I get it. This is a very polarizing badge. I mean, you are either going to hate it or you are going to love it. And admittedly, their badge before this, which just featured the Rowdies script name, that was probably, in my opinion, the worst badge in all of American soccer. But now in 2021, you have this update where you add this random guy who apparently isn't even anyone of significance. They just modeled him after an old-timey English footballer. And you know what? I have absolutely no problem with that. Oh my god, it's amazing. It's beautiful. It has gone from one of the worst badges in this country to one of the absolute best. 4. Indy 11. Sorry, Indy fans. On another day, this might crack the top 3. I mean, these top 4 are like razor thin as far as my personal rankings are concerned. But Indy 11, love this look. The checkered background behind Lady Victory is such a classy look, and it pays nice homage to motor racing, which, correct me if I'm wrong, but I can't think of any other logo in sports that pays homage to another sport. But come on, it's Indianapolis. Indianapolis 500. Like, it makes too much sense not to do. Simple, clean, unmistakable, and beautiful. You can't ask for much more than that. Bronze medal, number 3, Sacramento Republic. Yeah, not gonna lie. You guys definitely got the short end of the stick about getting into MLS. But hey, at least your badge is still gorgeous. That's gotta count for something, right? I mean, that trio of cream and brown and red, I can't really think of anyone else in the world to use that color scheme. And yet, it works here. It works great here. Love the bear and the star. Okay, I'm not a huge fan of just giant stars on jerseys. I feel like it's been done before. But given the significance to the city of Sacramento, I get it. All in all, there's no real weaknesses to this, and it's a great badge. Number 2, silver medal, Charleston Battery. Now, if you've watched some of my videos in the past, you may have heard me say that I am not a circle guy when it comes to soccer badges. That is absolutely true. I think circle as a shape is just being overplayed to death in this country. And yet, even I have to make an exception for Charleston Battery, because this is a thing of beauty. Battery is not an easy name to work with, and I thought the last badge was really cartoony. There I go again, using that word. But now, with this updated badge, I think they absolutely nailed it. I like how it doesn't just have the name Battery in the badge. I think too many teams fall into the trap of feeling the need to put the city and the name in the badge. And you don't really need that every time. I think they would have tried to include Battery like on the bottom. It would have looked way too cluttered, so I'm glad they omitted that. Instead, you just got the cannons and the moon, the gear, like all of it. It just works so well together. And again, they only use 2 colors, black and yellow, to work so well together. This is an absolute masterpiece. But it ain't number one. Because number one, gold medal, belongs to Birmingham Legion. I mean, this was as close as it gets. I kept going back and forth who I wanted, Birmingham or Charleston. In the end, had to go with the Legion. I mean, kudos to Birmingham, because I never thought a logo with an anvil can look so good. But when you have the hammer striking it and creating the three sparks, that image is just immaculate. And I know those three sparks, they stand for three generic buzzwords that can be used to describe any soccer team. Honestly, I don't care about that. I'm just looking at the image itself. And that image, like I said, beautiful. The colors, black, gold, and white, that's perfect. The shape of the badge, that strong shield, perfect. I already talked about the imagery, that's perfect. Like, everything about this badge is just perfect. Now, interestingly enough, USL actually held their own poll for the best badges in the league a few years ago, which I saw after I created my own rankings. But wouldn't you know it, the people, the fans of USL also selected Birmingham Legion as number one. So, what do you know? Turns out maybe I have some good taste after all. Okay, they also had San Antonio finish number 2, and I had them number 28, but that's besides the point. Alright, there it is, USL Championship badge rankings. Honestly, looking at all these badges, looking at MLS badges, I think I like the USL Championship branding a little bit more. But, what do you guys think? What is your ranking? Who's number 1? Who's number 33? Let me know. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.